Alrighty, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Since it is the beginning of the month, of course we're going to be doing a bake with me video. I'm making Leches cake. I've made it before, this version of it, back when I was like, I don't know, 5th grade. Made it for my mom. It was beautiful. I love it. This is the very simplified version of Leches cake, so please don't come for me saying like this is not the authentic way. I'm well aware of it. This is the I need to get this done and I just really want cake kind of way. So I'm very excited to make it though. But in all realness, this is also a Spanish project. So the footage you see here is from my YouTube, but I will be taking part of this footage saying really bad Spanish over it because I'm not good at Spanish. If anybody knows me, you will know how horrible I am at Spanish. I took French for 3 years in high school. I was supposed to take French in college, and then they didn't have it to offer. But we're gonna make Leches cake because I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, and I'm gonna film a YouTube video, but also get extra credit in Spanish, because your girl needs it. So let's go ahead and get started. Heavy duty non-stick. What if I just started talking like this for all my baking videos? I promise you, I like baking, but the bake with me's are not necessarily to show you how good I am at baking. It's to show you how much stress relief I get from it and how joyous it makes me. So I am clearly reading off a recipe over here. This is not my recipe. Sometimes I'll show you my original recipes, but this is not one of them. Got this recipe from Betty Crocker. The link is in description. Again, it's a really simplified version. Do not come for me. What I always forget is preheat your oven to 350. I literally always forget that step. So I did it. I did it, yay. What's like London Tipton? Like, yay me! So what you're gonna need for this is cake and Leches. But I got my Leches, which is, you're gonna need for this, despite anything else. Because I don't know if you know this, I'm really smart. So Leches means 3 milk. I know, I take Spanish. So sweetened condensed milk, heavy whipping cream, and whole milk. Got my cake mix, and then you need butter. So you're gonna make this cake mix, but you're gonna make it a little bit differently than how it says on the back. You're gonna need butter and eggs and milk to go into this. So let's get started with the cake. Okay, after looking at my computer and looking at these recipes I have and realizing I have ingredients that is a combination of 2 recipes. So we are going to combine 2 recipes. So this is kind of an original recipe, but not really. So let's just see how this goes. On to making the cake now. I really should just call this series Hot Mess of a Kitchen because that's literally what this is, especially today. So I'm gonna open up my yellow cake mix, which, if you don't like yellow cake, I don't know. I don't know if we can really be friends. We can be friends, but just like distant friends, like frenemies maybe. Okay, so you're gonna actually prepare the cake how it is, basically on the box. We're gonna add a little bit something. So let's aesthetically cut this. Oh, it's so aesthetic. That's not smart if I drop it. Oh, I didn't drop it. It's fine. And pour it into the bowl. So beautiful. Oh. Anyway, how are you guys doing? How's y'all's day? Mine's okay. Just got done with work. I babysit, which I love doing because I have the coolest kids to babysit. Okay, so cake mix is in. Now we are going to do 1 1/4 cups of water. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 cup of water. I'm scared because this is College Station tap water. 1 cup, and then that's probably about 1/4, maybe a little less than that. All right, so I have my 1 cup of water in. Now time for the oil, which is 2 tablespoons. And life hack for you, if you didn't know already, just use a cap. This is a tablespoon right here. 2 tablespoons. Now my hands are oily. I don't like that. And we actually need 4 eggs. And I only have 3 huevos. Huevos. Learn that one in Spanish. I'm in Spanish like level 4. So I'm in Spanish like intermediate 2 part 2. Okay, I should know more than this. 3 huevos. I should know more, but I don't. Imagine me accidentally turning this in instead of my Spanish project being like, I don't know any Spanish, I'm just getting by. And then she sees it and she's like, Grace, do we need to talk about things? We're like, no. Alright, 4 eggs. You know, the right term is crack, but I wanted to say, crack that soldier boy, and ooh. Because if you didn't crank that soldier boy back in the 2000s, were you even there? 1, a lot of eggs. I wish there was a Benny cam, because Benny's literally just like staring at me. Do I have vanilla? Roll call. I know I do, because I stole some from my parents' house. Don't tell them. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2. That's basically all there's left in there. We are now going to whisk this up. Whisk. All right. Now, once your cake is all ready to go, you stirred it up nice and neat, you're gonna grab your pan, which for me is this cake pan, I almost said reusable, disposable cake pan. If you see anything that's a mess back here, no you don't. You don't. So now we're going to take our cake and pour it in the pan. Not satisfying, but let's put this cake in the oven, shall we? It goes in the oven for, I don't know, I'm gonna say 28 minutes to 33, depending on the cake pan. I just knew that, though. I'm such a professional. Anyway, all right, see y'all in a little bit. All right, it is time for a mental health check-in, everybody. If you're new here, it's a time in the video where I ask you 3 simple questions about you, your mental health, and everything about it, and you leave the responses in the comments below. First question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how has your mental health been this week? And be honest, I don't like no bullcrap in my comments. Question number 2, on a scale of Food Network chefs, how frustrated have you been recently? Reed Drummond, Pioneer Woman, nothing. Guy Fieri, in the middle, so-so, or straight up just Gordon Ramsay all the way. And third question is, have you been kind to yourself today? If you haven't, do it. But if you have, good for you. I love when I get to check in on y'all, so please leave in the comments below. As far as my answers go, mental health, probably a 5. Probably feeling just Guy Fieri. I have been kind to myself today. I'm making myself cake. Anyway, back to the video. Alright, so I almost touched it with my bare hands. Let's not do that. So I have the cake. It looks burnt, but it's not burnt. After the cake comes out of the oven, it needs to sit for 5 minutes before we start poking it, and that'll make sense later. So, also, if my Nana's watching this, I put my hair up for you. My Nana suggested that I should be more like Rachel Ray and put my hair up, so I listened to her, obviously, because she's my Nana. Respect your grandmothers. Go call your grandmother if you have. Abby, have you called your grandmother lately? Connection. Yes. Trey, have you called your grandmother lately? If you are able to, call your grandmother or grandfather, but mainly your grandmother, because they just love to hear from you. And look at this. Beautiful. Now the next thing you need is 1 cup of whole milk. If you don't know about me, I'm really spilled it. I'm spilling it. 1 cup. Okay, it looks good. So we're gonna stab it now. So let's go ahead and do that. We are going to pour this mixture all over our cake, which is the fun part. So let's go ahead and bring in our cake. Oh my gosh, it's so messy. All right, there's our cake. Are you guys ready? Trey, add some classical music. All right, let's go. Let's pour this maybe on here. Oh, it feels so wrong, but so right. Now, something that I'm going to add to this recipe. Alright, this one's for you, Nana. This right here is my childhood, specifically at my grandmother's house. So because of my childhood, because this is just really good, this is going to be our frosting for the cake. So I'm going to top it with Cool Whip. Shout out to you, Nana. Thanks for the Cool Whip addiction from a very young age. Now let's put Cool Whip on this cake. So satisfying. Yes, ma'am? I'm trying to add Cool Whip to this cake. Don't ruin the moment, babe. Now that looks good. Tres Leches cake is best eaten cold, so I'm going to stick this in the fridge for an hour and then it's done. You, my friends, have a beautiful Tres Leches cake on your hands. And it was simple. Like, this all in all took me less than an hour. So, I got me a YouTube video, a Spanish project video, and a Tres Leches cake all in one. If that's not self-care, I don't know what is. I mean, just look how beautiful this cake is. Like, top it with some strawberries. Like, I also top it with some cinnamon sometimes too. Just add that little kick in there. But overall, had so much fun making this. Thank y'all for joining me in my hot mess of a kitchen. And I can't wait to see y'all again next week with the Learn With Me. But again, until then, remember, you are learning and you are growing. And be a nice human while you're at it too. Bye, guys.